Alright, welcome back to Customs. In this episode, we're going to get the old F100 here ready for power tour. I'm really excited to go. By the time I get this video out, I probably have about a month and a half or a month or something left. First thing we're going to do is get this carburetor switched over. I've got a higher CFM I want to put on it. I've got another air cleaner I want to put on it too. So we're going to get those swapped out. And I've got some a new timing light and a new air gauge thing, vacuum gauge. So we're gonna get this thing tuned, and do a gear change on it. Probably do the gear change last. I don't know how to do one, never done it, but I did watch some videos. So we're gonna go ahead and get the carburetor swapped over and get ready to do the gear change, and that should be pretty much it to get this thing ready for power tour, and whatever else I think of throughout the process. So let's go ahead and get to it. Okay, I got the carburetors lined up here on the back of the workbench. We've got three options. The first one is another, I think that's a 650 or something. That one, I'm not sure what it is, and that one is a 750 CFM. So I don't know anything about these other than that one was brand new. So I'm probably gonna go with this one for obvious reasons, being a 750. Someone gave me this one. They did not remove it properly. So the plan is to scavenge the choke, probably off the new one, maybe this one, not sure yet. Probably this one because it's new, and this carb is basically junk. With that broke off, and that's broke off. So yeah, kind of junk. So I'll probably end up using parts off this one, get the choke on here, and I want to rebuild this, or at least take a look inside the bowls and see if they're dirty. Looks like this thing's got some carbon buildup on it, so check to see if it's got any shaft play, just kind of run through it and see what's what. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. One thing I'm noticing, all right, I got the light on now. So something I'm noticing is these and these appear to be, well, actually that looks a little bit smaller, bore diameter. So I don't know what size carb this is. I'm pretty sure this is 650. Pretty sure, don't know what that is, and I'm 99% sure this is 750, because you can see how much larger those bore diameters are than whatever that one is. I'll probably look the numbers up on this thing, see what it is, and just out of curiosity, we'll find out what that one is, find out what this one is, and I might as well look the numbers up on this as well, just so I know what size valves and power valve, and also what size the jets and stuff were from the factory. That will probably be a good thing to do. That way it's gotta, it'll start off with factory specs. I'll probably end up looking up what works best with 460. I gotta see what's in it right now, because I think it's a little bit lean, and with a bigger CFM it's going to want more fuel as well. So probably bigger jets, more air. This should be a little bit more power. So I'm going to go ahead and set the camera up and start rebuilding that with parts from this one, and maybe not that one. Alright, I was going to film this, but then I didn't. But basically what I've done here is took the newer metering block, put jets in it that were sized for this carburetor. I think I might have put 76s in it. We'll see how it runs. I can always switch those. I had to steal a sight plug. I went ahead and used the what you call that thingamabob down here off the other carb, and the electric choke, as you can see. So that's all I'm going to do to it. I did run some fluid through it to help dissolve some of the stuff. It had this weird white crusty, it really felt like a I wish I had a picture of it. It felt like some kind of silicone grease or something. It had like some sort of weird silicone grease in the carb, and it melted really easy with some acetone or whatever. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this thing on the truck and adjust my float heights and do all that junk and start tuning on it. Okay, I pulled the window regulator out of the F100 here, and I've been repairing the teeth, or at least trying to. So the idea is to have something that looks like that, and over here I've got something like that. So what has happened is the teeth got chewed off from being used for like 50, 60 years. So just globbed some more metal on there, and I'm gonna go ahead and grind that down, and it should, if I do it right, allow me to roll the window up and down a little easier. So I'm gonna keep grinding here, put this thing in, and we'll see if it works. All right, took about 30 minutes of work here, but kind of snaps and pops, and it's a little crunchy and gets stuck in a couple places, but it works. I mean, it's a lot better than it was. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a crap load of lube on that thing. I've got some silicone something lube, and that way maybe it'll be a little smoother that way. I don't know, but it's good enough. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this thing back in and see if it actually works now. So that saved me about $60, and it took about 30 minutes or something like that. So all right, I've got the window regulator back in, and a little clunky going down, but goes up pretty smooth. I'm sure you can hear that. It's hard to film this while I do it. Good enough. Works. It's lubricated now. Unlike before, it was completely dry. So hopefully that'll last a couple years now. Won't have to buy a new one for a while. It's good to keep old junk like that going, because not only are you saving money, but you're helping the environment or something like that. Or at least that's what I'll say, for the reason that I'm not just going to buy another $70 one and throw it in there. So go ahead and get this door panel put back on. Oh, there's one more thing I've been thinking about doing while I got this door panel off. Okay, so I've got these plastic things. Now, these cup holder thingy door pockets, these go in a Volkswagen, but they fit pretty good right there. And I'm thinking about mounting it like that. The problem is, the place that mounts is like right there, and there's nothing right there. So I can't just self-tapper it on there. I have to reinforce the back of the door panel or something. Probably what I'll do is put a metal plate in the back of the door panel and self-tapper through that or something, because this is on pretty good. It's got bolts up here. This is some thick wood stuff. I forget what they call it. It is that, you can see where I glued the you can see in there where I glued the vinyl back onto a new backing board. And this stuff is like, it's pretty hard. I mean, it's pretty strong, so I think it would probably be just fine for a door pocket, just to support that. This is the wrong side. I need the one with the cup holder in the front, because you want to be able to grab your drink and all that. So something I've been thinking about. All right, I got my door pocket installed. Got something on it, but looks all right, I guess. Matches the aftermarket speaker. And here's a view in the truck. So it is pressing against the seat a little bit there, but that's not anything to worry about really, I don't think. Plenty of flex in there, and the seat's cushiony. So that'll be pretty good. Probably won't be able to hold a drink in there, maybe a water bottle or whatever, but it's something, more storage. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side just like that, and that'll be it for the doors. All right, I got this side back on. This window rolls up really nice. It's actually not worn out like the other side. So all I did is put some of that lubricant on it, that silicone lube. And let's see, here's what I'm using, by the way. Grease, white lithium grease. I kept calling it silicone, but it's white lithium. Yeah, it has a picture of gears on it, so should work. But that one's done, other side's done, so should be pretty good. Can't even tell it's down there, so that's good. Got my window cranks. When I do my window cranks, I like to point them forward when they're in the up position, because they're up out of the way like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next step. All right, I took my brake booster off and painted it, but no, I took it off because the rod, the push rod that's behind it, it was halfway welded, and I wanted to fully weld it all the way before going on any more trips or anything, especially a trip as long as Power Tour. So took the booster off, welded that. It's not much to see there, just did it. I will throw a picture up of the bracket I made now. And so that's the bracket I made. It's worked pretty good. I made that years ago, but here I'll kind of show it back in there a little bit. You can see where I've got it mounted up, and everything just works like a factory mounting situation would. So that's great. I did a burnout the other day, and I was out of brake fluid for some reason. That's weird. So I guess I'll look into that when I do the rear end and see if any of the rear brake calipers or anything's leaking or something weird's going on. But I filled it up with fluid and it seems to work. So oh, and I also painted where that was rusty on the bottom, so now it doesn't look bad and rusty. It just doesn't match the factory paint. So I think that's all I've done. I put a chrome air cleaner on it. I'm thinking about swapping that distributor out for a regular Ford distributor. Haven't decided yet. Might just run that one because it works and it's already in there, and I don't want to spend any more money than I have to. So all right, I got the F100 here in the shop finally. I think the last thing I filmed was on the carburetor. I've got that other carburetor installed now. You can see a shiny metering block there. It's the newer metering block, and the other parts off that carb that got wrecked and destroyed. So I just kind of stole a couple parts from that. I have an issue with the choke where, if I can reach over here, the little red thing is the cam that keeps the high idle thing going, and sometimes it doesn't want to go off of high idle, so I gotta play with that. It's the red thing there. So I gotta play with that some more to get my choke set up right. Oh, and another thing. So this carb is running a little too rich at cruise, and that's with jets in it that so I jetted it. So I've been playing with the jets in this thing, and I jetted it so that it would get really good AFR on full throttle, and that worked great. But on cruise, the AFR was way too rich, so it either needs the air bleeds cleaned or it needs the adjustable air bleeds installed. This carb did not come with the adjustable air bleeds. I'll go ahead and show you those. So on this carburetor, as you can see, that right there and that one right there, and there's some up here hidden inside of there. Those are the air bleeds for the idle. And on this carb, they're pressed in. You can't change them unless you drill them out and tap the hole for threaded air bleeds. So I might end up doing that. I'm also going to try and just clean them out really good and see if that makes a difference. I think the idle air bleed might be clogged, but I'm going to clean them and see if it helps. If not, because I've got to get that cruising AFR leaner if I want to save any fuel economy at all. So I'm going to try cleaning those out. If that doesn't help the cruise air fuel ratio, then I will get the drill bit and the tap and install adjustable ones. And I've got another carb over there. I'll show you what the adjustable ones look like. Okay, here are two good examples of what I was talking about with the air bleeds. So on this one, this is a broken carb with the bowl that got destroyed. But you can see those are pressed in and you can't change them. On this carb, you can see they are the screw it in style and they got a flat head slot. So I could change those. This is the one I was running. This is like a brawler series. 650 CFM is what I was running. Now I got that 750 CFM, and it's an older carb, but I did notice an increase in power. So I think if I install adjustable air bleeds like these, then I'll be able to get my cruising idle air, I'll be able to get my cruising air fuel ratio down where it needs to be, or lean like it needs to be, and also keep the big jets in it and have plenty of power. So this is supposed to be a 650, but looking at the size of the bore in that thing, it's much smaller than this 650, so not sure what the difference is there. This is probably like a 450, 550 or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's the difference in the air bleeds. So pressed in and screw style. So all right, let's move on to the differential. All right, this is the rear end in the truck right now. This is a 8.8 out of a 98 Explorer, and you can tell it is because of the way the brakes are. And you may notice, first thing, it has wheel spacers. So in order to fit the Ford Explorer width into the F100, you have to have 2-inch spacers, one on each side. That gets your width exactly where it needs to be. Sets your wheels in the wheel well, like just perfect. So this is that cheap eBay 4-link I put on it. It works. That's all I can say, is it works. Yeah, it does have a little bit of wheel hop, but that's because the angles of the bars and stuff they're completely incorrect, so it doesn't really work. I got on eBay, had to order a set of, I think those are 500-pound springs. It's got the chrome cover. The old cover was rusted out. The entire rear end was super rusty when I got it out of the junkyard. You can even see the pitting on the you can kind of see the pitting there on the brakes. Like, that's all pitted from rust. So this rear end came out of a very rusty Explorer, but it's been holding up pretty good so far for like 5,000, 6,000 miles I put on it. So today we're going to pop that cover open, see what it looks like on the inside, and I've got a 308 gear set to put in that thing. So we're going to go through that process. This will be my first time changing gears in an 8.8. I did a 9-inch, but all I did is take the center section out and put a different center section in. So this will be a first time for me. So let's go ahead and get that other wheel off and get started. Okay, that doesn't look too bad at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that last bolt out. Probably set the camera up too while I'm at it. Haha! There it is. C-clip out. I forgot that I have, forgot that I had wheel spacers. So the wheel spacers were Loctited because safety. So that was rough. And I don't have my good impact today because why would I have this? Well, I need. That's one side. So I'm gonna go ahead and slide that axle out a little bit. See what the seal looks like. See if anything was leaking. And then we'll get the other side. And there's number 2. Okay, got the drive shaft out and the pinion nut. And I used the DeWalt corded impact. That thing's pretty good. That is a strong impact gun. Had to hold it steady with my hand around it to get it to stay still, but came off fairly easy. So now that's off, I'm gonna go to the other side and get the 4 bolts out of the bearings. Okay, there it is. The empty case. Looks pretty good in there. The pinion, or whatever they call it, fell right out. I think that's supposed to be tight. I don't know. But came out easy. Felt pretty tight when it was in there. Like there wasn't much play or anything. So this thing definitely wasn't bad yet. But if I kept pushing it like I had been, eventually, you know, you break stuff. So, these teeth up close look pretty good in my opinion. I mean, they look perfectly fine. So, nothing actually wrong with the rear end. I just want different gears so that when I go down the highway, I'm not doing 3,000 RPM at 60, well, 2,000 at 60. But still, being a really torquey motor, having 308 gears should be just fine. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of research on this and make sure I'm doing it right, because I don't want to mess this up. I definitely don't want to mess up putting that stuff back in. So I'm going to let this drain overnight and come back tomorrow when I know a little bit more about it. Alright, so I got the gear change done. I got the door pockets installed. I got the, I did the parking brake. The parking brake does kind of halfway work. I need to adjust it some more so it grabs the thing more or whatever. But parking brake's done. The gear change is done. Did all that. I took the brake booster off and fixed the pedal rod thing, whatever you call it. So I got good brakes now. The brakes are great. Let's see, what else have I done? Oh, it's got new tires on it now, so it's good to go there. I got like a America Road Race Star or something or another. I don't know what they're called, but yeah, so those should work pretty good. Oh, they're American Roadster or something like that. Whatever random brand. They were really cheap, so I got them. I put about 300, or no, about 400 or something, 350, something. I put like 400 or something miles on this truck since I did the gear change. Just driving it to the next town over and whatever on the weekends. So it's been a couple weeks since I did the gear change at this point, and I think it's ready for Power Tour now. The fluid looked good. I've drained it. I just now got done changing fluid, new gasket, all that stuff. The fluid looked good. There was some metal in the bottom of the housing that kind of collected from the break-in period, but the fluid itself looked good. Didn't look like it was too much metal in there. I mean, it was just a little. The fluid in the bottom of the case was a little dark, and I cleaned out as much of it the best I could. So it has fresh fluid now. Should be good to go. And I went with the cheap stuff from Walmart because they say there's a difference, but most modern oils are good enough. And the stuff from Walmart actually does have the limited slip additive in it already. So you don't have to worry about that. And it's cheap. I'm very cheap, if you couldn't tell. So yeah, I think the truck's about ready to go. All I gotta do is pack up my suitcase and pack some food. Gotta pack. I'm gonna bring a canopy tent. Unlike I did last year, I didn't bring one, but I went ahead and bought a canopy tent, so I'm gonna bring that. I got my regular little pop-up tent. It's a pop-up style, so you don't even have to take the rods out. You just throw it and it freaking explodes into a tent. So that's really cool. I got to get a case of beer. I got to get food, waters. Got to get a whole case of water. Got to pack my clothes and all that stuff too. So just the basic stuff left to pack. The truck's ready to go though. So I'm super excited to finally go on the tour. It's going to be a good one, I hope. I really wish it came down south toward where I'm at, but they kept it up north this year, so that's whatever. We'll just have to deal with it. I'm pretty excited though, because it goes through Joliet, and that is where the Blues Brothers prison, that's where, I don't remember the name of the prison. I guess it's just Joliet prison. But yeah, so that's where the prison is, so I'm excited to see that, and the other sites along the way. So should be super fun. But I think that's all I've got for this video, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here. My name's Austin. This is Austin's Customs, so we'll see you guys in the next one, hopefully on Power Tour.